Today we will learn the use of static in Java. Okay, actually there is two type of memory, static and dynamic. When you create a method or member in a class, then you have the option you can create the static as well as dynamic. Okay, so dynamic method always call with the class object, but static member can call or can also call with the class name. Okay, so just suppose where is method, I just write a code public void dd. It's only a dynamic method because I'm not using any static keyword, and without static all methods are dynamic. Okay, so system dynamic or instance method out dot println dynamic. Okay, one is extra, and I create another one. But this is the static, public static, and the name is stu. Okay, and this is the dynamic, not the static. This is the static method. Okay, now call this. So firstly I will create the object of the class emp obj equal new emp obj dot what, I'm just calling dd. Okay, I call this method and run the program. It will run definitely dynamic. Okay, again I call another one obj dot what stu. Okay, just see, it's showing some suggestion line. The static method stu from the type emp should be accessed in the static way. Okay, sorry, again read it. Change access the static using emp, remove static modifier, add some less warning static access to void main, to the main. Okay, it's showing this, it's not preventing, it's just suggesting you have to call this method, you have to call this entity by the static manner. And static manner is what, you have to call this method with class name. It will call definitely it will show an answer, no problem, static and dynamic, but it's not a way. You have to call this emp dot stu. Now that's the way. Okay, but you can't run a dynamic method with class name emp, I'm just trying dot dd. It will throw an error. It will throw an error. Okay, what is saying? Is saying cannot make a static reference to the non-static method dd from the type emp. So understand, there is a two type of memory. You can create the two types of method or any any function, any parameter, any not parameter, sorry, any member by static or dynamic. It depend on your need, but static method you just call with the class name, and dynamic method will call the class object. Okay, so we will learn in next video inner class, what the use of inner class and how to create and how to run the inner class. Okay, thank you, and please follow this poster.